This is Water Valley Blue Devil Classic Football. This game features the Water Valley Blue Devils and the Corinth Warriors. This game was played on October the 6th, 2000 at Water Valley. The final score was Water Valley 24, Corinth 31. And now here's Doug Carter and Lane Hart.
And here we go. And this contest is underway. Forced all the way back to the end zone. Taylor brings it out. Taylor brings it all the way back up to about the 18-yard line where he's stopped by the Warrior defense. And the Blue Devil offense comes out on the field for its first turn of the night. Sophomore quarterback Casey Rogers leads his crew out onto the field.
But like you said, before we came on the air, it's going to be important for Water Valley to come out and kind of set the tone. It'd be nice if they could come out here and get some field position, and try to take the control of the field position part of it. And like you said, you don't want to give Corinth a short field, and that's going to be a big part of this football game.
Casey Rogers gives it to Robert Anderson. Anderson up through the middle, still on his feet. He got hung up behind big number 72, Travis Stokes, or he could have got a lot more yardage out of that. As it is, first down Blue Devils on that first run.
I think here in the early going, Doug, you're going to see Water Valley just you're going to see Water Valley run the offensive plays that they've been running all year, here at first. And then as the game progresses, you might maybe see a couple new plays.
Rogers hands it off to Anderson once again. Anderson looking for running room, but the Warrior defense closes on him at the 30 for just a short gain. Bring up a second down and about 9.
Corinth, a very quick defense. They've got some great athletes there. They react to the ball real well. You're going to have to create some holes and try to beat them to the point of attack.
Gooch and Martin out to the wides. They give it to Anderson. Anderson over the left side looking for running room. Takes it up to about the 34-yard line.
Doug, one thing we should mention, we did get some rain last night. Some folks say probably about a half-inch of rain last night, and I don't know if the folks can see it on TV, but out there on the field there are some dark spots, so there are going to be some wet spots on the field. The field itself is really in pretty good shape. There's just going to be certain spots on the field where it's going to be kind of damp.
3rd and 5. They give it to Anderson. Anderson looking for some running room, and he is stopped cold at the line of scrimmage by the Warrior defense. And the Warrior defense does their job as Will Taylor and the punting unit comes on.
Special teams going to play a big role in this game tonight, Doug. I was watching Corinth in their pregame warm-up. They have a very good punter, and they also have a very good field goal kicker. If I'm not mistaken, number 7, the field goal kicker, is a excellent field goal. He was hitting them, 50 yards out.
Bad snap. Will tries to get it off and get a punt off, and it is picked up by big number 58, and he's tackled at the 2-yard line. And just what you didn't want to see happens on the punt play there to the Blue Devils.
So we just said special teams is going to play a huge part in this game, and boom, there it is. A mistake on special teams. Will did the right thing of trying to get it off. I mean, you just at that particular inch, you just try to pick it up and kick it, and don't worry about where it goes.
That gives Corinth the ball now. 1st and goal on the 2-yard line. And with this offense, you just really can't afford to give them that kind of a close-in shot.
Yeah,
the defense has got its job cut out for them.
You got to make them drive the length of the field.
Penalty marker on the play. Offside against the Blue Devils, and that doesn't help matters any. That's just that much closer. Puts it down inside on about the 1-yard line now. Give it to the first man through, and defensive penetration in the backfield by big number 72, Travis Stokes, as he just smothered the back for a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, the quarterback for Corinth almost fumbled that ball. He come out from under center, kind of bobbling that ball, and that allowed the defense to react.
Number 17, Brian Brown is your quarterback. Pitches it back. Pitches on the ground, and it will smother him for a loss all the way back to the 16-yard line. And it looks like the pregame jitters aren't only affecting the Blue Devils, but they've hit the Warriors as well.
That's exactly what it is, Doug. I just think they're little tight, little uptight, and they'll settle in as the game goes along. But that's a huge play right there, and Water Valley's got a chance to maybe hold here and at least force a field goal.
Dominic Thompson fumbled the pitch from Brown. 3rd down and goal now from back at about the 16-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. 2 backs in the backfield. Brown back to pass. Under pressure. Number 32, Robert Anderson.
That's just the defense coming up big right there. Of course, a couple of mistakes by Corinth, and now we're going to get to see a chance of this field goal kicker for the Warriors.
Pushes the ball back to the 24-yard line, which is going to set up about a 41-yard field goal attempt.
And Doug, he's placing his ball or placing the tee right there in that dark spot of that field, one of the wet spots, so you just have to worry about his footing. And I'm not sure Corinth has got enough people on the field. They're going to have to burn a timeout here.
Corinth has to take a timeout, and we'll take a break along the line and be right back. We're back here now as the Warriors set up for a field goal attempt of 41 yards is going to be the attempt.
I want to tell you, Doug, this guy's a good kicker. He's a real good kicker. He was hitting them from 50 in pregame.
Snap is down and the kick is up. Just inside the upright from 41, and it's good. And the Corinth Warriors go on top, 3-0. And we're back now. Kick goes to Jamison Rocket, and he slips at the 2. Just when you were hoping for a good run back, the wet field comes up and bites you in the rear.
That's going to be a problem as the night goes along, Doug, because it rained last night, and then behind that rain was a pretty stiff cold front, and so it's not. We don't have the warm temperatures, and it's not going to dry the field. At night the field's not going to dry. And, once again, special teams are just reached up there and bit the Blue Devils. Now they got to get out of this hole.
Whitehead and Walker out as the wideouts. Turner and Anderson in the backfield. Casey Rogers on the quarterback draw straight up the middle. Gains maybe a yard, if that. They're not even giving him a yard, to tell you the truth. Call it 2nd and 10.
Just, we need to bust a big play here. Just, maybe even if you can just pick up 5 or 6, and that gives you a legitimate shot at a 3rd down conversion.
Will Taylor bringing in a play late from the sideline for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils kind of got to get in a hurry here as they bring it up to the line of scrimmage. Gooch to the left, Taylor to the right. Casey Rogers, option, up the middle. They close in on him at about the 4. He gained about 2.
Doug, all you want to do right here is get you some breathing room, just so you can have room just to punt the football.
3rd down now. 3rd down at about 7 from the 4. Anderson at tailback, Turner at fullback position. They give it to Greg. Greg takes it up to about the 9, gives them a little bit of breathing room. Not quite enough for the 1st down, going to be about 4th and 2. That's going to bring in the punting unit, Will Taylor, and hopefully he can get a good snap this time and get the kick away.
You got to forget about that play. You just got to let it roll off your back and just start over from scratch. But once again, Doug, regardless of what happens, the Corinth Warriors are going to come out of this thing with real good field position, and they're winning that battle right now, the battle of field position.
Snap back this time. Will gets a good foot into it. Taking it about the 42. He's able to run it back, and he knocks him out of bounds finally down at about the Looks like they're going to mark it at about the 29-yard line. A little farther than that. Make it to 28.
Well,
the Warriors take over 1st and 10.
Defense needs to come out and do what they did on their first possession and try to shove them back a little bit, because right now where the ball sits, they're already in field goal range.
Brown back to pass. Looking downfield. Has the receiver wide open in the end zone. Oh my goodness. Now that's a questionable call there, ladies and gentlemen. He was bobbling the ball as he stepped out of the back of the end zone. We had one official say no catch and the other one said touchdown. The score is going to stand, but that's very questionable. Penalty marker on the play. Penalty is against Corinth. That moves them back to about to the 9-yard line to make it to 8. Making this, in effect, a 25-yard extra point. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. And that makes the score of the Corinth Warriors 10, the Blue Devils nothing. We'll be back with a kickoff after this. 10-0 in favor of the Warriors of Corinth. And it goes into the end zone for the touchback, and the Blue Devils will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
All right, Doug, now, Blue Devils kind of had a couple of bad breaks go their way, some special teams mistakes, and now they find themselves down 10-0, and that's what happens when you play a good football team like Corinth. But what they need to do now is don't panic. It's just the first quarter. Stay with your game plan and put a drive together. Even if they don't get a touchdown, if they can just come out of it with a field goal, that just kind of gets a little momentum back their way and get things going back in the right direction.
They clog everything up in the middle, and Rogers just dropped for a loss. Back to the 19. Warrior defense has got their ears pinned back, and they're coming hard up the middle.
Well, the Blue Devils offense is going to have to loosen that defense up a little bit. Right now, Blue Devils committed to trying to establish the running game. Corinth is bringing up them folks, and they're just stuffing the line of scrimmage, so we got to get them off that line of scrimmage somehow or another.
2nd down and 11. Give it to Greg Turner. Turner off the right side up to about the 22. Gain of 3. Call it 2nd and 8. Third down and 8 for the Blue Devils now. Rogers on the option, pitches it back to Anderson. Anderson takes it up to the 30-yard line. Close to a 1st down for the Blue Devils.
Tell you what, Corinth got away with a face mask. I mean, I don't like to point fingers at the referees, but Corinth has been the beneficiary of 2 big gifts to the referees. And, Blue Devils just need to get some of those breaks, but that's a big 1st down right there, a big conversion, and now they get a new set of downs.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Blue Devils. Rogers gives it to the first man through, Turner. And Turner just running hard, takes it up across the 35 to the 36. Gain of about 6 on the play.
And that's what you want to do, Doug. First, when you're a running team and you rely so much on the run like Water Valley does, that's what you want to do on 1st down. You like the 2nd down and 4s and the 2nd down and 3s. 1st down is real crucial when you're trying to establish the running game.
2nd down and 3 now. Rogers around the end, looking for some running room, pitches it out to Anderson. Anderson gets 1st down yardage up to the 41.
That's just running the counter option just to perfection. You know, Casey did a real good job, and he made the defender that's supposed to have him commit. And once he committed, he was able to get the pitch out to Anderson, and he was able to turn the corner, picked up another first down.
First and 10 Blue Devils from their own 42-yard line. This is the kind of drive you like to see them put together. They gave it to Anderson. Anderson looking for the running lane. Anderson breaks into the secondary. Anderson still on his feet. Tackled inside Warrior territory at the 44-yard line. And the Blue Devils are on the other side of the field for the first time tonight.
You know, like we said, Doug, it's 10-0. It's definitely no time to panic. You're still in the first quarter. Don't abandon the game plan right now. And Water Valley's doing a real good job of taking the ball to that defense. And to give credit to the offensive line on this drive. They created some seams, and Water Valley's been able to pick up good yardage.
First and 10 Blue Devils from the 44. Rogers back to pass. Has Anthony. Oh, goodness. Picked off there by number 3 for the Corinth Warriors, and he's racing downfield. I thought he was tackled back up at about the 40-yard line. Evidently, somehow or another, he kept his footing and takes it all the way back down to the 26-yard line. I must have missed something. I could have swore they had him off his feet at the 40.
He didn't go down, Doug. He just kind of got tripped up a little bit, but he was able to catch his balance. And just a young quarterback, you know, he didn't see that linebacker sitting there, you know, and that safety just read him all the way and just hung it up there a little too long.
And that one is rejected.
Doug, it's real important here. The Blue Devils need to get a stop because they can't afford, you know, to give up points because, you know, Corinth now hasn't had the ball deep in Blue Devil territory on all 3 of their possessions. And this is just a real crucial series, you know, even if it's 2 minutes in the first quarter, but, you know, Blue Devils really can't afford to go down 17-0. Corinth's got all the momentum right now.
Second and 10 for the Warriors. Penalty marker on the play. Procedure against the Warriors. Back them up 5, make it 2nd and 15. $1:59 left to go in the first quarter of play. 10-0 your score in favor of the Corinth Warriors. They've been able to take advantage of a couple of Devil miscues. Slot receiver to the left. Brown back to pass. Under pressure. And you've got a penalty marker over on the other side of the field. What's that going to be? Who's it going to be on is the question.
Well, they're talking to the Blue Devil player, so evidently it looks like it's against Corinth. I'm not sure, Doug. The thing you may want to do here is decline this penalty.
Take the loss.
Take the loss, and then now it's 3rd down and long.
Holding penalty is the call against the Warriors. And Blue Devils are going to decline it and take the play, which is a loss all the way back to the 43-yard line, which now makes it 3rd down and about 20-something. Roughly, probably about 25, maybe even more than that. On a 3rd and 25 play from the 43-yard line. Brown out of the shotgun, takes the snap, under pressure, dumps it off to Thompson. Thompson is surrounded, penalty markers from all over the place.
That may be a clip right there, Doug. I don't know if it was number 52 or 53, but it looks like that might be a block in the back. And if that's the case, you decline this penalty and you bring up 4th down.
See if that's what indeed the call is going to be. Clipping it is against the Warriors. Decline the penalty, take the play, and you've got 4th down and about 28.
That's a huge stand there for the Blue Devil defense. Now they forced them Corinth out of field goal range. It looks like they're going to have to punt the football.
Yeah, that kicker's got a leg, but he can't kick it 60 yards.
And there again, it looks like Corinth doesn't get enough people on the field. They're going to have to hurry up and get this play off.
Also, Brown, the quarterback, is also your punter.
Come on, number 2. Get it, number 2.
High snap. Anthony Gooch almost got a hand on that one, and it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Well, that's a good job by the Water Valley defense, and a little high snap there on the punt, and that forced the punter to have to rush his punt. Water Valley's going to get this football 1st and 10 on their own 20, and they could have very easily had it down there about the 10. So Water Valley's defense did a real good job, and they've come out of this situation in pretty good shape. Now it's time to keep doing what we've been doing and try to get a score on the board.
51 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play. Rogers to the first man through, Greg Turner. Gain of about 3. Second down and 7 for the Blue Devils. Pitches it back to Anderson. Anderson misses the block, catches the block. Somebody's helmet got knocked off out there. Takes it up to about the 25-yard line. Bring up 3rd and 5.
That's going to be the end of the play. That's going to be the end of the quarter there.
And that brings us to the end of the quarter. And we'll be back with the second quarter of play after this break along the line. Nothing your score in favor of the Corinth Warriors. 3rd down and 5 to go for the Blue Devils from their own 25-yard line. They give it to Robert Anderson. Anderson stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Brings up 4th down now. 4th down and about 6. Will Taylor back in punt formation to kick from about his 15-yard line. Snap. Gets a good kick. Hits the ground and rolls. And the Warriors will take over at the Blue Devil 47-yard line.
Well, the defense has got to keep doing what they're doing. Defense is playing great. And just they got to kind of hold Corinth at bay if possible, and hopefully that the Blue Devil offense can get on track. They're just a little bit out of sync on offense, but with a little patience, I think they can get things going here.
Warriors once again, Brown in the shotgun. Quick pattern, and he drops the ball. Pass was complete out to Brandon Campbell, number 15, and he dropped it. Second and 10 now for the Warriors. Double slots. One back in the backfield. High snap. Brown gets it under pressure, and he's down. Back at the 41-yard line is he, once again, possibly the wet field makes him slip.
Doug, I think that's exactly it. I think that the field, of course, from our vantage point, the field looks in good shape. But I really do. I think the field condition and the fact that even it's just a little bit damp is causing all these slips. And Water Valley's doing a real good job on defense of disguising Will Taylor. They're kind of lining him up, and they're sending him on a blitz. And Corinth is not doing a real good job of picking that blitz up.
Little slots. Another high snap again. Ooh, Big Travis gets his arms up. And like an oak tree with its branches spread out, he knocked it down.
Well, the Blue Devils on that particular play, with it being 4th and long, they elected to go with more of a coverage type defense and ease off, not necessarily ease off on the pressure, but instead of sending that linebacker, putting him back in coverage. Good job there by Travis to get his hand up. And once again, Corinth is forced to punt the football. Water Valley's defense has played great, and even the offense hadn't been that bad. They're just a little bit out of sync. A couple of mistakes that cost Water Valley early in the game, but it looks like they're kind of starting to settle in and play.
High snap again. Brown gets it off. Goes to Taylor down at about the 20. Will looking for some running room. Got blockers on the way. He turns the corner. That 4-4 speed is going. He's tackled at the 5-yard line. What a run by Will Taylor.
Doug, I'm going to tell you what keyed that return is Justin Brewer peeled back and just obliterated. I don't even know who it was, but he just literally took out that Corinth defender, and that cleared the run, and that's exactly what Water Valley needed. You heard the crowd. You heard the crowd. Now they're back into it. Now it's real important that Water Valley take advantage, whether it's a touchdown or a field goal. They need to get some points out of this particular play right here. That was huge.
1st and 10 for the Blue Devils from their Corinth 31. 10-10 left in the first half. Rogers on the option, around the end. Maintains his feet and leans it forward. Taken out of bounds down at about the 27-yard line.
That's a good game. That's a good game right there, Doug. That play's just a little bit slow in developing. I think Corinth is doing a real good job of kind of stuffing that, and they're getting a little bit of penetration, and it's disrupting the timing of that play a little bit. But still a good game, though. Good 5-yard game right there.
2nd and 6. Rogers looking for room. Takes it down to the 17. I think you're right, Lane. His first instinct was probably his best when he should have cut it on outside.
I believe so. I believe if he'd have stayed with that thought, I believe he would have scored. I think he had the corner. But still a good game, first down. And Water Valley's doing a real good job of taking advantage of the good return by Taylor. Once again, Doug, special teams have played a part in it. The special teams right there, the punt return, is the reason why Water Valley's got this great field position.
Rogers gives it to Will Taylor. Will through the middle. Takes it down inside the 15 to about the 14. 2nd down now at about 6.
One thing we've kind of seen throughout this season so far, Doug, is the Water Valley offense might not be real fancy, but those big offensive linemen at first, it might not seem like we're getting much, but as the game goes on, you just wonder if our conditioning can help us in late in the 4th quarter.
Rogers on the option keeper. Inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line, and that time Casey decided to utilize his speed.
Come on, baby, stick it in.
And that's going to be close to a first down. I believe we're going to be just short.
Come on now,
Now they're going to call.
Well, I think they're going to measure it here.
Calling for the official timeout and in the measurement.
I'm gonna tell you, Doug, and I don't want to harp on it, but that punt return is huge because I'm sure some of the folks that are watching this on TV can hear some of the fans starting to get a little bit more boisterous. You're hearing certain people, come on, guys, give us, and they're kind of, they're back in this football game. And there's a good crowd here tonight, both on Corinth side and Water Valley side. The crowd is going to be a big plus if you can keep them in the game.
First down, Blue Devils at the just outside the 7-yard line. 1st and goal is what it is. 1st and goal from the 7. Blue Devils really need to cash in here.
I think so. We may be lucky because it looked like the center may have jumped. We got away with it. I thought I saw McCluskey, the center, may have clinched just a little bit, but I think it was a more reaction of that nose tackle for Corinth jumping into the neutral zone. And if that's the case, then if the defender jumps in the neutral zone and causes the offensive lineman to come across, then it's a penalty on the defense.
That takes the ball down inside the 5 to just outside the 3-yard line.
Come on now.
1st and goal now from the 3. Turner. Ward Walker on now for the extra point attempt out of the hole to Clay Whitehead.
I was talking to Ward last week after the North Panola game, and he was a little bit discouraged because he missed a couple last week. And I just told him, I said, look, man, you just kind of have to put that behind you and just move on to the next game. So let's see if he can do that here.
High snap, they get it down, the kick is up, and it's good. That makes the score 10-7 in favor of the Warriors. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this. The Blue Devils are back in this thing after giving Corinth 10 points. And that's basically what it amounted to. Walker. They pick it up at about the 10, looking to run it back. And he is able to bring it all the way back up to about the 27.
Well, one of the things happens, Doug, that when the coverage team sees that ball on the ground, they have a tendency to go straight to the ball. And maybe, rightfully so, but at the same time, it causes your coverage lanes to break down. Water Valley very fortunate right there because he had a seam and he almost broke it.
First and 10 Warriors from their own 28-yard line. Slots to the right.
Get in that wheel.
Hand it to the first one through, which was number 40, Bob Moore. Not much, maybe 2 yards. 2nd and 8.
Well, it's just important, Doug, that defense keep doing what they've been doing. They've come out and have played exceptional. They just need to keep the pressure on.
High snap, pumped again. Has his receiver open. Great, nice play by Jamison Rocket as he adjusted to the ball and slapped it away.
That was good coverage. They didn't bite the fake or didn't bite the pump. I'm not so sure I've ever seen a quarterback pump twice. Usually after that first pump, then they try to hit the receiver upfield. But good job there defensively. Good job by the coverage.
Come on, Will.
3rd down now. 3rd down and 8.
This is a big play right here, Doug. 3rd down, and if we can hold them here, we can force them into a punt situation, and maybe with the momentum now that we have, can cash in on it. Still plenty of time here in the 2nd quarter.
Penalty markers.
Doug, I don't know if it was the number 60. I'm not sure if he is I think that's the right tackle, number 60 for Corinth. He jumped too quick. That's going to be 5 against Corinth.
Procedure against the Warriors. Gonna make it 3rd down and about 14. 3rd and 14 for 25.
Mambo!
Slot receivers right. And they under pressure.
Come on.
Number 1. Franklin Crowder, Jared Corlew.
Got a flag on the play, Doug. Didn't quite see, but it came from that far line judge over
It
there.
came in late.
What's the flag on?
Personal foul, face mask against the Blue Devils.
That's an automatic 1st down, Doug. That's a big turnaround there because Corinth had 4th down back there about the 10-yard line and having to punt. Well, I'm surprised, Doug. They're still showing 3rd down. I'm mistaken. I thought a personal foul was an automatic 1st down.
Evidently not. They marked the penalty off and it's still 3rd down. They've still got a 3rd down and 10.
Come on, Will!
Snap is back. Brown under pressure again. That's going to be close, Lane. Real close.
I think he's got it, Doug. I think he's got it.
Going to be close, depending on
If he's not, he is. You're like you said, he is major close.
going to depend on where they spot the ball at on the field.
Come on, give us a...
He may be a little short, Doug. I can't quite see where the down marker is. They're going to give him the first down.
They go ahead and give him. They give him this first down. Evidently, the down box was on the line. And seeing how the nose of the ball was across the line, they give it to them. First and 10 Corinth at their own 38.
Well, there again, Doug, penalty come into play. Granted, it wasn't an automatic first down, but it, a 3rd and 10 is a whole lot easier than, 4th and 20, 22.
Give it to the running back. That's number 11, Dominic Thompson. Thompson takes it up to about the 40-41. Gain of about 2.
Get mad, Jared, get mad.
Second and 8 now for the Warriors. 5:41 left to go in the first half. 10-7 is your score in favor of the Warriors. Difference being a 41-yard field goal by the Warriors. Quick pass. Oh, my goodness. That went right out of his hands, and if a Blue Devil defender had been a little closer, he might have could have intercepted the tip.
Brings up 3rd down, Doug. Here again, this is a big conversion play here.
3rd down, 8 from the 41. Slot receivers left. Brown takes the snap. Under pressure. Justin Brewer and Franklin Crowder take him down.
You got to tip your hat to the defense, Doug. They are playing great, and they're playing with a lot of emotion, a lot of enthusiasm. Carr's going to have to go in at halftime, Doug, and figure out where all that pressure is coming from. But I don't think they can focus on one particular part of the defense. Sometimes it comes from Will Taylor on a stunt from the outside. Sometimes it comes up a blitz from Justin up the middle. So they're going to have a lot of adjustments to make at halftime.
4th down and 15 from the 34-yard line. And Corinth is forced to call another timeout. Brown back in punt formation here, kick from about his 25. Will Taylor back deep at about his 30.
Block it, number 2, block it.
Snap is back, punt is away. He
That's a shank.
He shanked it, and it's going to roll out of bounds at about the 48-yard line.
That's a huge break for Water Valley, Doug, because it's just now 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the half. Water Valley's got great field position, almost in Corinth territory.
Excellent field position for the Blue Devils with 4:36 remaining in the half, trailing only by 3.
And if you can get the ball down about the 20-yard line of Corinth or maybe even the 25, then you're getting real close to Ward Walker's range.
Whitehead and Walker the wideouts. Turner and Anderson the backs. They give it to Anderson. Anderson looking to try to make a cut, slipped down at about the 48. No gain on the play.
Well, I think the mistake he made, Doug, he should have went ahead and just taken the handoff and busted it to the outside because there wasn't much there off tackle. But if he'd have come on outside and didn't make that stutter step, he could have picked up 5 or 6 yards right there.
Second and 10 now for the Devils. They give it to Anderson. Anderson looking for some running room. Takes it inside Corinth territory at the 48-yard line.
Big play right here, Doug. Third down conversion here.
3rd and 7.
And Doug, I'm not so sure if you can gain some good positive, maybe not necessarily get the first down, but if you can gain some positive yards here and make it 4th and short, wouldn't be surprised to see the Blue Devils go for it right here with 3 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the half.
Rogers hands it off to Anderson. Anderson looking for some running room. Anderson trying to lunge forward. He's going to be close to first down yardage. If they spot it where the line judge is, he's going to be just short.
He's calling it 4th down. I think he is.
At that spot, that's first down. That's first down.
Now they're going to measure.
Now they're going to measure. But from where I'm looking at, that should be a first down. We'll see as the chain gang brings it in. First down by a hair.
I don't know. Don't matter how far, just as long as you get it.
Extra fat pig made that football, and that's all it.
That's a good hard run too there by Robert. Doug, you know, the players nicknamed him the Hoss, and that's the reason why right there. He is a hard runner.
First and 10 Blue Devils from their own 42. Rogers, option right. Still on his feet. All the way outside the 30 to the 27-yard line goes Casey Rogers, the area's leading rusher, I might add, according to the Oxford Eagle.
Well, you know, from the beginning of the season, Doug, every time we see him from game to game and he runs that play, he runs it with more and more and more confidence. And that's really super because he's just a sophomore, and then the more and more he runs it, the more and more confident he gets running that option play, just going to make him a better player. And to give him credit, he broke one tackle there that could have stopped him short of the first down, but he was able to break it. Blue Devils are in business.
First and 10. Give it to Anderson. Anderson still on his feet. Driving down inside the 20 to the 19.
Well, the offensive line, Doug, on this particular drive has taken that momentum away from that defensive line.
Timeout, Blue Devils, and we'll take a break along the line and be right back. As you can see, part of this crowd from our camera angle up here, it's kind of hard to see the big crowd that's here tonight. A lot of former players, alumni here for the field dedication ceremony at halftime, honoring Coach Bobby Clark as we rename this field officially Bobby H. Clark Field. And this has got to be one of the largest crowds here tonight in a while to see Blue Devil football. Straight ahead to Big Greg, and Greg takes it inside the 15 to the 12. And they're seeing an excellent effort by a strong Water Valley defense tonight, and an offense that's coming into its own.
They're starting to find their rhythm, Doug. Corinth had done a good job in the first quarter, kind of keeping them, not so much just stuffing them, but had it kind of a little bit out of sync. Now they're starting to find it a little bit, going down to 2 minutes to go in the half. Still got plenty of time to get this in the end zone.
They give it to Anderson. Anderson looking for running room. He's piled up at the line of scrimmage and stopped. Blue Devils call yet another timeout. Straight ahead. Takes it down inside the 10 to about the, let's see, going to be, they're marking it at about the 7.
I look for Water Valley, Doug, to try to keep the ball in the middle of the field, especially here if they don't convert. Still plenty of time. You got plenty of time to run maybe 3 plays here if you can get the first down, but you'll try to see them keep it in the middle of the field to set up the best field goal attempt for Ward.
Straight ahead. Casey Rogers inside the 3 down to about the 2, and that's going to be close enough, I think, for a first down.
All right, they're stopping the clock. Looks like we may have a measurement here.
Depending on where they mark the ball. Well, now he's marking the ball out closer to the 3.
They give it a first down, Doug.
They give it a first down. That's good. First and goal from the 3 with 1:06 left.
Doug, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Blue Devils still have 1 timeout, so you still got plenty of time here. You can use that timeout to get the field goal unit on the field here. They're looking for a touchdown here, though.
Touchdown!
Out just perfect because now there's just 54.5 seconds to go in the half, and that's going to leave Corinth with a lot less time to work with than he hoped for. But now keep in mind, their offensive is designed around an aerial attack, so they can get the ball down the field quick. Rest assured, they've got a 2-minute offense, and they practice that 2-minute offense every week.
Ward Walker on for the extra point attempt. Snap is back, kick is up. Walker delivers, and that makes the score. The Water Valley Blue Devils 14, the Corinth Warriors 10. We'll be back with a kickoff right after this. Ward Walker on to kickoff. Lane the Devils dug themselves a 10-0 hole, and they have jumped out of that hole to take the lead 14-10.
Yeah, they've done a real good job. They're kind of a little bit out of sync, like we said, Doug, but they've done a good job of bouncing back. Keep in mind, too, now, Doug, Corinth has got an excellent field goal kicker themselves, so they don't have to get, if they can, he was hitting 50-yarders in practice, so all they got to do really is get down around the 35, 30-yard line, and they've got a legitimate shot at a field goal here for a half.
47.7 seconds to go. 14-10 your score in favor of the Blue Devils. Corinth with the ball, 1st and 10 on their own 31.
Come on, Will.
They hand it off to the first man. And the Warriors, luckily for them, recover.
That's a first down, too, Doug.
And that's a first down.
I think more or less the Devil defensive backs were shocked to see the ball out that far.
It just squirted out from underneath the pile, and an alert Warrior offensive lineman was able to follow it out and fall on it.
I was a little bit surprised at that play call that they would even call off tackle play. I figured they might, like we said, they only got to get to about the 30-yard line, but I figured they might would have tried to put that ball in the air.
Receivers left, right, eye in the backfield. Hand it off again, right up the middle. Nowhere to go. Evidently, the Corinth coaches decided to just run the clock out and not take a chance on getting an interception here this late in the half. Going to halftime only trailing 4 points, as evidently that is what is going to be.
Now they call timeout.
Now they call timeout at 3.7 seconds left. And now the Warriors take a timeout, and we'll just hang on here.
Well, evidently they may be fixed to try to make maybe throw one big bomb. I don't know. I'm sure Coach Drury will back his defensive backs up, but I'm a little bit surprised with 3.7 seconds because a lot can happen. What if you get a tip ball and an interception and run it back, or a turnover for that matter, and you pick a turnover up and run it back for a touchdown. Just a little bit surprised there by that call. And if I'm Coach Drury here, I'm telling my defense to be on the alert. Be on the alert for reverses, screen passes, trick plays.
Hook and ladder or whatever you want.
Flea flicker. Don't let nothing behind you right here.
Barnes comes back out on the field now with the double slot set. One back in the backfield. Brown in the shotgun. Brown back to pass. Under pressure. Almost intercepted. Matter of fact, that was close to pass interference. The half is over. Blue Devils are leading 14-10. They spotted Corinth 10 points in the first quarter and clawed back to score 2 touchdowns. Fumbled on the kick return there. They pick it up, try to go upfield, and there's a penalty marker thrown.
That's going to be a block in the back on Corinth. That happened right there in front of the referee there.
Should put Corinth back in the hole appropriate that they needed to be in. He was tackled up at about the 14-yard line. And with the penalty, that's going to take them all the way back to about the, marking it at the 7. And that's where the Warriors will take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line. Lane, very nice dedication ceremony there. A lot of history out there on the field, as you saw. Many former players, coaches, people connected with the Water Valley football program during Coach Clark's years. And it's been a long time coming, I say, in naming this field after such a fine gentleman as Coach Clark.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, about the ceremony, but we got a big play here. That's going to be a safety.
And the ball is snapped over his head into the end zone. Scratch up 2 points on the board for the Blue Devils.
Doug, in the first quarter, it was Water Valley coming out, making the mistakes. Now here to start the second half, it's Corinth coming out to make the mistakes. Not only do you get 2 points, but Water Valley gets the football back.
Free kick from the 20 for the Warriors as the Blue Devils seem to have come out of the locker room on fire. They're going to make this a special evening as they try to cap off a wonderful dedication ceremony with an impressive victory over a ranked team in Corinth.
Absolutely, that's huge. But to get back to the thought about the dedication ceremony, and maybe we'll get a chance at the end of the game before we sign off to talk more about it. But I didn't know what to expect about the ceremony, and I'm like you, Doug. I think it should have been done a long time ago. But I have to admit, boy, I was really moved during that to see all the former players. And you know, my father, Mayor Larry Hart, he's a former player, and I can remember growing up and hearing him talk about his football stories in the past. And, you know, he always talked a lot about Coach Clark and the kind of coach he was and the way he handled the young men. So, man, I'm going to tell you, if you didn't get to be here tonight and witness this, you saw a big moment in Blue Devil football history. And I was thrilled just to be here, and I had the very good fortune of, you know, my father's a former player, and I also had the good fortune of playing under a former player, him and Coach Jerry Holt. So, you know, I'd like to think that some of the things that Coach Clark maybe handed down to Coach Holt played a big part in my experience here as a Water Valley football player.
Anthony Goose picks up the punt and is able to run it back up to about the 28-yard line where he slips and is down. But the Blue Devil offense comes on now onto the field here in the second half, leading 16-10, and those 2 points, Lane, could prove very crucial as the game goes on.
Well, first of all, you have to go back to the kickoff. They fumbled the kickoff, and then they had 1st and 10 deep in their own territory, and on top of that, the clipping penalty, which backed them up even further, and then, of course, everybody saw the bad snap. So Blue Devils have definitely got the momentum going right now.
They give it to Greg Turner. No, excuse me, it was an option play to Robert Anderson. Robert Anderson breaking tackles. Reverses his field. Still on his feet. Robert Anderson turns a broken play into a big gain up to the 49.
That's pure Robert Anderson, Doug. Corinth went in at halftime, and that's one of the adjustments they had to make defensively is to stop that option play. Water Valley had great success with that in the first half. And they had him hemmed up over there, and they just didn't. You've got to lock Robert Anderson up. You can't just grab him with one arm. And that was just all Robert Anderson there. What an awesome run. And the offensive lineman did a good job of peeling back and picking up some of that pursuit. Big play right there.
1st and 10, they hand it off to Greg Turner. Greg Turner straight up the middle, driving hard. Takes it across the 45 to the 44. Close to another first down. It's going to bring up a 2nd and short. 2nd and about 3, and the Blue Devil offense has come out of the field house on fire.
And that's real important, Doug, because due to the ceremony at halftime, you had a little bit longer halftime than what you're used to. Now, it can work both ways. One, you get more time to make adjustments, but two, you kind of get a tendency to get a little stiffened up more than what you're accustomed to. So it's important for Water Valley to come out here and take the ball and take the game to Corinth.
Turner straight ahead, takes it down to about the 42-yard line. That's going to be close to another first down. Call it 3rd down and about a yard to go. 10:25 as you hear the old Seminole war cry over there. I don't think it's going to do them any good. 3rd and short for the Blue Devils. Straight ahead goes Greg Turner for the first down inside the 40 to the 39.
Well, Doug, it's real important for Water Valley now to keep their focus. They've got an excellent opportunity to really put some distance as far as the score goes between them and Corinth. But there's a long way to go in this football game. We've just went under 10 minutes in the 3rd quarter. Corinth is a very explosive offense. They run a very wide open offense, and they can score anytime. So it's really important the Water Valley Blue Devils stay focused both on offense and defense.
1st and 10, Blue Devils. They give it to Robert Anderson. Robert Anderson around the right end looking for running room. Penalty marker on the play. Holding call against the Blue Devils.
Well, that kind of hurts. That kind of negates a real impressive run there by Robert. That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Takes the ball all the way back to the 47-yard line, excuse me. Where it'll be 1st and about 18. Double tight end set, one receiver. Rogers looking for running room. Didn't go down. Still on his feet. Still lunging forward. Gets it back up to about the 41.
Yeah, that was a real good run there by Robert. He got pretty good bit of that penalty yardage back. Almost got back to the original line of scrimmage, but that little play right there, Corinth has done a real good job of kind of disrupting the timing of that play, and it's kind of stuffed it, and as you saw, it made Casey kind of have to kind of pick his way through there.
Second down now and 11 for the Blue Devils. That nose tackle a little antsy.
It's always frustrating too for a coach when the nose tackle goes, because you always tell your nose tackle to you go on movement of the ball, and he's sitting right over the football. There's no excuse for that.
Second down now and about 6. Second and 6 now. Will Taylor in the backfield at the tailback position. Rogers behind his blockers, still on his feet, lunging forward to the 27. First down, Blue Devils.
Doug, I'm going to tell you, the Blue Devil offensive line right now has taken over the line of scrimmage. They're shoving the defensive front of Corinth off the ball 2 to 3 yards at point of contact. We mentioned in the first quarter or in the first half, Doug, about we wonder if the conditioning of Water Valley would be able to show itself in the second half, and I think so far it's starting to, and you just wonder in the fourth quarter what you're going to be able to do.
First and 10 Blue Devils from the 26-yard line of the Warriors. Gooch and penalty marker on the play.
Yeah, they took a little too long in the huddle, Doug. Took a little too long in the huddle there, delay of game.
Delay of the game is a call against the Blue Devils. Makes it first and 15 from the 31. Anthony Gooch out wide to the right. David Martin to the left. Turner and Anderson in the backfield. Rogers rolling out to his right. Ooh. Pass intended for Greg Turner out there, I believe.
He was there, Doug. He just kind of threw a little bit behind him, and as a result of that, the defender was able to get a hand on it because the pass was a little bit behind him. Great play call. It was there. The play was there. Just need to make a little bit better pass right there.
Second down and 15 for the Blue Devils. Rogers straight ahead. Still on his feet. Rogers inside the 20. Penalty markers all over the place.
Doug, I didn't exactly see what happened. I got somebody pointing at me. They think it might be a little extracurricular activity.
Face mask, Corinth. That's the 5-yard variety face mask, not the personal foul one. Takes the ball down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line, where the Blue Devils will take over first and 10.
I'll tell you, Doug, Corinth tried to stun a linebacker, tried to shoot a linebacker through the gap and try to disrupt that play. He ran right by Greg, and once that was the middle linebacker, and once he shot in there was no defense in the middle, and he went in the end zone literally untouched.
Timeout, Water Valley, as they don't have all their pages in a row. We'll take a break and be right back. Two-point conversion attempt upcoming. Rogers rolls. Anthony Gooch. That's as simple as that. That makes the score. The Water Valley Blue Devils 24. The Corinth Warriors 10. After giving up 10 unanswered points, they put 24 on the board to take the lead, 24-10.
Oh, attaboy, Corey!
takes it back up to about the 20 where the Warriors start 1st and 10.
Well, that was great coverage, Doug. That number 1 for Corinth, man, he looked like I think his name is Charles Gardner. He looked like he had some exploding speed. Blue Devil coverage team did an excellent job of containing him, not letting him get that outside. And then now Corinth gets to start 1st and 10, and I think, from their own 20-yard line. And if you're the Blue Devils on defense, you want to keep the heat coming. Keep it coming. Don't let up.
Slot right. Out of the shotgun.
Come on.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for Loving. 2nd and 10.
Keep in mind, Doug, now Corinth, they run some folks call it the West Coast offense. Some folks call it the red gun, but I call it fast break football. They all they do is literally just pass, and they're throwing quick outs, quick cuts, and then they try to throw even deep plays off of those. Pump here, pump there, then try to send someone deep. So they can score any time. And by them passing also, doesn't allow that clock to run very much.
2nd and 10. Had his man on the slant pattern, and he dropped it. They'll wave it off. He dropped it.
No, they're calling that a
They
catch.
called it a catch. I thought the ball hit the ground.
I'm sorry, they missed that one. They missed that one.
Down Warriors as they give him credit for the reception.
Come on, Will!
Maybe my eyes missed something.
He didn't catch that, but I saw the ball on the ground.
High snap. Quick pitch out to Campbell. Campbell had a knee down on the spike. He's down at where he caught the ball. Gain of about 2 on the play. Up to about, I'll make it 3. No, 2. Up to the 33. 2nd down and 8.
And this is what Corinth does so well, Doug, is they throw the ball, but it's safe, high percentage passes, and they just kind of nit and pick. And next thing you know, they're down there in your territory.
Quarterback draw. As Brown takes the ball and takes off running. Jamison Rocket finally corrals him over to about the 46-yard line.
Well, that's the play we hadn't seen in the first half, Doug. That's a new play. And, we recognized it, but we recognized it's a little bit too late. And there you just saw some of the running ability of the quarterback, Brown. And once he gets out in the open, he's dangerous.
1st and 10, Corinth.
Tack on a personal foul penalty on top of that.
And Corinth has the ball, 1st and 10 from the Blue Devil 32. Pumps it, has the receiver, overthrows him.
That's fortunate for Water Valley because Casey Rogers, the cornerback, bit the pump. He bit that little fake, and they was able to get behind him.
Second and 10.
And plus, too, Doug, the quarterback gets the ball, he takes a 2-step drop, and he throws. It's hard to get pressure on it when he does that. When he takes that real quick drop and then releases the ball, you don't really have time to get a pass rush on him.
2nd and 10 now for the Warriors. Under pressure. Rock for a loss. Back up in 41 by Franklin Crowder.
I tell you who you give credit for that play for, and that's the secondary. They had every receiver blanketed. And plus, Corinth's receivers didn't really do a good job of coming back to the quarterback. One of the things they teach you as a receiver, when your quarterback's in trouble, you got to come back to the ball. You got to come back and try to help him out, and they didn't do it.
3rd down and about 18. 5:23 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. 24-10 your score in favor of the Blue Devils. Corinth on the drive.
Come on, Will!
That's the Blue Devil 39. Campbell. Campbell down to about the 10-yard line.
That's first down, Doug. That's too much time. You can't give a quarterback like Brown that much time to throw. He had all day to throw, and all you got to do is just wait for the receiver to clear the zone.
Well,
got to put a little bit more pressure on him than that, Doug.
One of the reasons he had so much time was all of our defensive linemen were on the ground.
Yeah, evidently one of the things they talk about, or Corinth talk about it at halftime, is to cut down on that rush. Just take their legs out from under them.
Gets it back. Takes it down to about the 10. Gain of about maybe 2 yards on the play. Call it 2nd and 8.
Well, it's just what we said right after the Blue Devils scored, Doug. I mean, if you relax a little bit, next thing you know, here comes Corinth. They're a high explosive offense. They'll pick you apart.
Brown, quick pass out. Oh, goodness, there's a flag. Oh, where's the flag at? They didn't throw it?
It looked like face masked them here, Doug, but there again, we're all the way here on the other side of the field, but evidently they didn't.
Well, if they missed that one, they must be blind, because I saw fingers in it. This.
Well, that's going to bring up a 1st and goal now.
1st and goal for the Warriors from about the 2. Actually, about the 1.
Yeah, they called it, Doug.
Okay.
They called it.
I was going to say that looked kind of obvious.
Water Valley, I think they called it.
Timeout, Blue Devils. And we'll take a break along the line and be back. .403 left to go in the 3rd quarter play. 24-10 the score in favor of the Blue Devils. Coach Drury and the Water Boy having to hurry off the field as Corinth comes up to the line on a 1st and goal from the 1. Brown, they hand it off, and he was able to dive in, and the Corinth Warriors get on the board for the first time since early in the 1st quarter.
Well, it's like we said, Doug, you can't relax against this team. You have to keep the pressure on them, or else they'll pick you apart. Brown did exactly that. A couple of penalties didn't help as far as that Water Valley committed. That didn't help the cause any.
And the kick is up, and the kick is good, and that makes the score the Blue Devils 24, the Warriors 17. We'll be back with kickoff in just a moment. Low line drive kick goes to Anthony Gooch at the 5. Gooch looking for blockers, brings it upfield and across the 25 to about the 27. For the Blue Devils will take over 1st and 10.
Well, Doug, now it's important for Water Valley to get the momentum back. Corinth drove it right down the field and took the momentum away. Water Valley's got to get that momentum back, put together a few first downs, try to get some field position back. That touchdown, by the way, by Corinth is the first touchdown that the Blue Devil defense has given up in the 2nd half this year.
Blue Devils now looking to start another drive. The important thing now is with a lead, you want to run some time off that clock and get another score if possible. Rogers breaking tackles. Face mask, where's there? It comes. Saw Casey's head snap.
Boy, it's been a lot of those face mask penalties tonight.
Face mask against Corinth. That's the 5-yard variety. I think Coach Drury would like to put a drive together and maybe try to run some time off the clock. It's 3 minutes and 46 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. I really think you just got to stick with your game plan and keep coming right now. I mean, it's a long way to go in this football game. You need some more points. 1st and 5. Rogers pulls it back out, brings it around the corner. Was 1 man away from breaking it for some serious yardage.
Well, that's absolutely right, Doug. He breaks that last tackle, he's gone.
1st down, Blue Devils.
And we should bring this point up, too. Corinth is doing a great, they've made some super adjustments at half, and they're doing a good job. I mean, they're there to make the play. It's just a great second effort by the Blue Devil running backs that's allowing them to pick up that extra yardage.
Coming up on 3 minutes to go now in the third quarter of play. 24-17 your score. Rogers straight ahead to Turner. Turner still on his feet. Drives ahead for the first down.
5 Corinth Warriors it took to bring that man down. Hadn't seen much of Greg in the first half, and I think that may be on purpose that Coach Uri is doing, maybe trying to save him for the second half of the fourth quarter. It's paying off so far.
Just like we talked about last week in the fourth quarter against North Panola, they brought him in and just like a big old sledgehammer. First and 10, Blue Devils from the 46. Rogers finally wrapped up for a loss by number 77, Aaron Hicks.
Yeah, they just shot a gap in there somehow, Doug, got penetration. Casey almost broke that tackle, but a good job there by Corinth defense to hold on there. That's a big play for them. They needed to stop because Water Valley had pretty much had another good drive going here.
Second down now, second down and 13. Straight ahead to Greg Turner. Turner almost gets it back to the original line of scrimmage. And Coach Drury is an unhappy camper with somebody out there.
I think somebody may have blocked the wrong man or even missed the block. Not sure exactly who. I don't know who was hollering at. I think Jeremy York was in the vicinity anyway. Highly upset there.
Third down and 11 from the 46.
I think he's got a good point too, Doug. I think if that block's made, if that particular man's blocked, that play goes for a long way.
Straight ahead to Turner. Finally dragged down to the 32. First down, Blue Devils.
All I can say is wow. I mean, it seems when the Blue Devils need a big play offensively, they give it to 33 Turner, and he comes through. I mean, he has just stepped up time after time again and made big plays. Of course, they can't be made unless the offensive lineman's not doing their job, and they're doing a real good job of creating the holes.
First and 10. Rogers steps up through the line. Takes it down inside the 30 to about the 28. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Maybe time enough for one more play.
Well, it's working out great for Water Valley because I really believe that if Coach Drury could take this drive into the fourth quarter, he'd love that.
Second down now and about 6. Option pitch back to Anderson, and Anderson is met back at the 30-yard line and dropped.
Well, he made one of his major mistakes he made, Doug, is he stopped. You know, he should have just come on, taken the pitch, got what he could get, because he wasn't going to gain much. But go ahead and get what you can get. The worst thing you can do is stop.
And this is going to be the end of the third quarter coming up here in just a few seconds. Goes. That's the end of the third quarter of play with the score. The Blue Devils 24, the Warriors 17. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this. From the 30 of the Corinth Warriors.
And there again, Doug, I think as you're going to watch the result of this play, it's going to determine whether or not Water Valley tries to go for it on fourth down.
Rogers breaks tackles, still on his feet, and he's finally stopped at about the 30. Now, if you're Coach Drury, you got a decision to make. Do you go for it, or do you kick a field goal?
Well, the ball spotted on about the 30-yard line, which means it would go down at about the 37. It'd be a 47-yarder. I think you go for it right here, and you know, even if you try to punt it, you know, what are you going to get? You put it in the end zone, they'll get the ball on the 20. So I think you just got to go for it. And you know, defense, most of all, with except for that last drive, has played well. You just got to turn it over to them.
4th and 8. Give it to Robert Anderson. Robert Anderson trying to make the corner, and he's held up.
He's going to be a little short, Doug. He got real close. Great effort, but he's going to be a little short.
Got the ball down inside the 25 to about the 24. But he's going to be short. Well, I don't know. Look at where they got the ball marked.
Well, no, they swapped
ahead.
the change.
All
Yeah,
right.
they just moved the change there, Doug.
All right, I was looking at where they had this thing marked. The
And-
ball goes over to Corinth.
Important thing here, Blue Devils got to try to slow Corinth down. They didn't do a real good job of it on that last drive. They got to try to get some pressure on the quarterback.
Quick snap. Lobs one up. Joseph overthrows his receiver, intended there for Loving. He pumped on that one. Jared Corlew jumped up in his face to wave at him.
That's important too, Doug. You know, you say, well, I'm not going to get a sack, but maybe I can get up in the air and get in his way or something. You got to try to do something. Yeah, do
disrupt
something
the rhythm of the play.
to disrupt. Yeah, because their offense is designed on timing. Anytime you can disrupt that timing, then it's good.
Quarterback draw play from Brown, and he was able to break some tackles before he's finally brought down up at about the 42-yard line. They had him stopped at the line of scrimmage, and he somehow was able to get away.
Doug, all you can say, that's the poor job of tackling. Just a matter of you got to go up and lock him up. He's just like Robert Anderson and Casey Rogers. He can break tackles just as good as they can. You got to go up and put a hat on him and lock him up.
Quick pass. And he just flat overthrew that one. That was intended for Loving again. He threw a bullet out there.
Yeah, that's what you're right. A bullet. This young man's got a strong arm.
2nd and 10. Slot receivers to the left. In the shotgun. Corlew got the quarterback under pressure. They dump it off to Thompson. Thompson is finally tackled at about the 47-yard line.
Pretty good play there. It kind of isolated Justin on that running back out of the backfield. Justin did a pretty good job of kind of slowing him down a little bit. Now this is a big play right here, 3rd and about 5 or long 5, or maybe even 6 here, Doug.
3rd down here in about 6. Next in the contest. Thompson down the sideline. Penalty markers all over the place.
That's face mask, and that's a 15-yarder.
Don't know whether they called it on Rocket or Gooch.
Had a chance to get him before he got the 1st down marker and missed the tackle.
Tackled at about the 35-yard line. And you tack on some more from there.
Well, Doug, when you go to reaching, when you start reaching like that, that means you're not in position. It's the last-ditch effort to try to make the tackle. Water Valley defense kind of on their heels a little bit. Needs something good to happen right here.
1st and 10 from the 20 for the Corinth Warriors. Slot right. Lofts it up. Casey Rogers Rogers just got position on the receiver, went up and took the ball away from him and started back upfield.
The main thing, Doug, he didn't bite the pump. He didn't take the fake. He stayed with his man all the way, and we called it. The Devils defense was on their heels a little bit, and they needed a big play, and boom, there it was. A little bit surprised he came out of the end zone with it. That was a little chancy, but he was able to get it out to about the 27-yard line. Big play right there. That turns the momentum back to Water Valley now. Now here's where you want to put that drive together and take it to them.
Anderson still on his feet, driving.
There's another face mask penalty. I've never seen so many face mask penalties in one game.
This one, I believe, is going to be against Corinth.
That's the big one.
It's the biggie. It's the 15-yarder. So the old snatch and grab technique is costing the Warriors.
There again, I cannot believe I have never seen so many face mask penalties in a game.
That has to be at least the 4th or 5th one we've seen.
Oh, I know, at least. And I mean, and they're not just barely. I mean, they're jerking. I mean, trying to take the helmet off.
1st and 10 from the Blue Devil 43. 9:06 to go. Rogers rolls to his left. Gets back to the line of scrimmage just barely.
I'm not so sure, Doug, that was intended. I think that was just a quarterback keep or fake it and then just let Casey keep it. But good job there by Corinth's defense. Didn't bite the fake. Backside pursuit stayed at home. Casey did a good job getting back to the original line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 10 now from the 43. 24-17 your score in favor of the Blue Devils. Straight ahead to Greg Turner. Turner still on his feet. Lunges forward to the 49.
Now this is another big conversion, Doug. 3rd down and about 5. Big play here.
It'll be 3rd and about 4, actually, from about the 49. You need to get to the 47.
Don't be surprised if they may try to pull them offside here.
Penalty marker on the play. Somebody may have been lined up offside or equipment or something.
Oh, sideline warning.
Sideline warning.
Now, if they pull the flag on that again, then it's a 5-yard penalty. You get first a warning, and then you get the penalties.
Third and 4.
Actually, Doug, it's going to be interesting. I think they were trying to pull them offside, but the referee blew the whistle.
And it wound up costing us that time because we were the ones to move.
Yep. I think the sideline warning penalty kind of screwed things up. I think that's what the play was. They were going to try to pull them offside, and then the whistle blew, and they just kind of lost track of what was going on.
3rd and 8. Rogers takes it up to about the 47.
And the Devils have to punt it away.
On a 4th and 6 play.
Now you get, Doug, now you can kind of start paying attention to the clock, fixing to go down to 6:45. Now the clock becomes a little bit of a factor.
Taylor gets a good snap, gets a good kickoff this time, down to about the 15. Knocked out of bounds over there by, I believe it was Jared Corlew at about the 24-yard line.
Well, now you got to call on the defense again, Doug. They've done the job so far tonight. Came up with a big play there on that last Corinth possession. Now they got to step out there and do it again.
1st and 10 Corinth from their own 24. Slot left.
Ooh,
High
almost.
snap. Brown catches it, complete to Campbell, and Campbell scores. And just that quick, Corinth is on the board.
Can't relax against this team, Doug. They're too powerful, they're too potent.
Now here's an interesting call. They're going to to go for the extra point here in the tie rather than go for 2 and to go ahead. Or that looks to be the scenario.
Absolutely.
Critical extra point attempt. After this break. .6:23 to go in this contest. The Blue Devils clinging to a 1-point lead after the blocked extra point. 24-23. Blue Devils need to get the ball, hold on to it, put together a drive, and score some points.
Yeah, I think you got to score some more points, Doug. Corinth's too good, and 1 point. I'll be really surprised if 1 point will be the difference in this game. I may be wrong.
They've got too good of a field goal kicker.
Absolutely.
For 1 point to be the difference in this contest.
Absolutely.
Blue Devil football at their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10, after Taylor takes the kickoff in the end zone.
And Corinth's done a good job. They went in at halftime, made some adjustments, and it's working for them defensively. They've kind of held the Blue Devils at bay with the exception of that one drive. So Corinth's defense doing their job, and now Water Valley's kind of going to have to adjust again on offense. And like we said, Doug, they need to put a drive together and get some points.
Now it's time for that offensive line of the Blue Devils to step up and see if their conditioning
absolutely
can outman Corinth. Straight ahead, Turner, still on his feet. Up across the 30 to the 31, 1st down, Blue Devils.
I think Greg may have re-injured that ankle a little bit.
Comes off of it limping. Sending in Will Taylor back into the contest. Take Greg's place. 1st and 10, Blue Devils from the 31.
You do it, Will.
Give it to Anderson. Anderson looking for running room, and
You can't do that against this defensive Corinth. You can't just sit back there and dance around. You got to go ahead and take the handoff and get upfield.
2nd down now. 2nd down and about 13.
Take it off, big train. Come on, Steve. We got to get him back in the game.
Straight ahead to Will Taylor, still on his feet. Will lunges forward to about the 32.
Doug, you remember in the first half, Water Valley on offense was coming up with 3rd down and 3s and 3rd down and 4s. That hasn't been the case here in the second half. They've come up with 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 9s, and I think that's really hurt them.
Under 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Double tight end set. One receiver out wide to the right. Option play. Rogers keeps it. Lunges forward to the 40. He's going to be short of the 1st down.
Short by about a yard, Doug.
Put 33 in.
Looks like they're going to go, Doug. I think I see Coach Drury giving Casey a play.
4th down and about a yard to go here.
Now, which you'll probably see a time for him to pull them off. Big play here, huge.
Gets him up to the line. 4th and 1.
Didn't bite.
And calls timeout.
Now you got to punt it away.
Come on, 33 now.
And while they take a timeout, we'll take a break along the line and be right back. On a crucial 4th and 1 call, the Blue Devils are going to go for it. Coach Drury going to roll the ball.
He sent the punt team out, and then timeout, he changed his mind. What he's basically saying here is, offense, hey guys, we don't get it. It's up to you, defense.
1 yard. Forward progress. Touchdown, Blue Devils. a first down at their own 42.
Big play right there, Doug. I tip my hat right there to the offensive line. They came off the ball in unison, was able to push them back. All you needed was a yard, and that's all you got.
Turner back in the ball game.
Fumble.
Fumble on the play. Who recovers? Corinth comes out of the pack with a football.
Now they're discussing whether or not he was down or not.
That's the discussion. I think he's going to be down. He ripped the ball.
Well, they ain't decided yet.
Yeah, they're discussing it. This is a crucial call here, Lane. And they give the ball over to the Corinth Warriors on the fumble recovery.
Doug, I don't believe he was down. I think that's the right call.
He was shielded off the play.
Absolutely.
We couldn't really tell. Coach Drury definitely didn't agree with it, of course. Now you put your defense in a heck of a bind. They got to hold a high-powered Corinth offense on their side of the ball field.
Keep in mind, they've got an excellent field goal kicker. They don't need much more to be in field goal range.
Now you got to really watch the clock, Lane. 3:21 left. Corinth with the ball. Slot to the right. Under pressure. Almost intercepted as Joseph Hilliard almost took that one away from Campbell.
Good coverage, good play. I'm going to tell you, this game's going down to the wire, and it's going to be up to the defense of Water Valley to pull this one out. A little bit surprised. Water Valley hadn't done a real good job here in the second half of getting pressure on that quarterback.
Second down now, second down and 10 from the 42. Got a little pressure that time from the backside as Robert Anderson was able to break free, and he began to feel the pressure as he threw the ball. Corinth players down on the ground. Big Travis came across and clubbed him across the back when he came across. Offside against the Blue Devils. It's a wonder he didn't get a personal foul penalty call for that club. Second down now, second down and 5. Defense in bad need of a sack here or a hold. Good coverage. Low snap, he fumbles it. Brown pressured, gets the pass off, and just wisely, he does the smart thing. He
Absolutely. He didn't take a chance. He just threw it to the stands. Great play, great decision there by Brown. Excellent play there.
Brown knew he was in trouble, whirled around and just threw it out. That'll bring up third down and 5. Now here is your crucial third down call.
Well, I think if you're Corinth, if you don't make this, you got to go for it. You at least got to try to get in field goal range here. I think it's just 2-down territory for Corinth if they don't convert here.
They might, if they're not getting much here, you might see them go for it. The field goal, that is. Quarterback draw. Moving on the play.
Oh, they're ruling him down.
They ruled him down. How can they call that? And on the other play, he was still spinning when the ball came out.
They called him down.
Corinth keeps the possession of the ball. First down Blue Devils, or excuse me, first down Warriors at the 26. And now they're in field goal range.
Yep.
Corinth slot left. He fumbles the ball! Come on, Sammy. Oh! He pitches it back to number 11, and they knock him out of bounds down at about the 6. How in the world did he do that pitch?
It's called an awesome play. It's just called an awesome play by an awesome player.
Out of bounds at the 6-yard line. First and goal, Corinth just out from the 5-yard line. And Corinth calls timeout, and we'll take a break along the line and be right back with you. (24-23) your score in favor of the Blue Devils, but the Corinth Warriors have the football. First and goal on the 5-yard line. Blue Devil defense really got to try and come up with something here to hold the Warriors at bay. Slot right. Quarterback draw again, and he dances into the end zone. Warriors score.
Well, you still got 2:26 to go in the game. You still got a chance.
Ball game is not over yet.
What this means is you got to score a touchdown, to pull it out.
Timeout, Warriors. We'll take a break along the line and be back. Awaiting the extra point attempt now by the Corinth Warriors after the touchdown by Brown.
Now it looks like, Doug, they're going to go for 2.
Looks like they're going to go for 2. Brown back in the shotgun, takes a snap. Hands it off around the corner, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. And that's going to make the score the Corinth Warriors 31, the Blue Devils 24, and there's a player injured on the field, and we'll take a break and be right back. (31-24). About to kick it off to the Blue Devils. Blue Devils in need of a big return here to set themselves up with some kind of decent field position. Corinth's kicker, of course, with a strong leg. Anthony Gooch at about the 1. Looking for some running room. Goes to make a cut, and he's going to get tackled at about the 16-yard line where the Blue Devils come out, and that's where they start from. First and 10 at their own 16. .84 yards to go. Hand it off to Anderson. Anderson stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard on the play.
You got to get him in and out of the huddle now, Doug. Time is crucial. You got to go the length of the field. Time is very, very important.
Second and 10 now from the 16. Rogers for Anthony Gooch. Overthrows him. Gooch was there, but he just overthrew him. Brings up third down and 10. Rogers back to pass, under pressure, gets it off to Gooch. Gooch with the running room! Gooch still on his feet, down at midfield. Clock stopped while they move the chains.
Oh, get up, huddle up.
1:34.
Come on, man.
Waiting until they get the chains set. Now the Blue Devils come up.
Now you're within striking distance now, Doug. You done kind of got out of that hole. Now you can try to throw it deep.
Rogers back to pass. Rolling to his right. Heaves it up, intended for Will Taylor. Overthrown. Loving out of his reach. He couldn't make the interception. Second and 10 from midfield. Rogers back to pass.
Try to block.
Will Taylor downfield. Tremendous reception. About the 33-yard line. They got to hurry, though. Wait for the chains to move again.
Come on, get on,
They move the chains.
Come on, Casey, get ready. Let's go.
Now they've got the clock, got the chains
There
set.
you
There
go.
goes
Go.
the clock.
Let's go.
Doug, I'm not sure exactly how many timeouts Water Valley's got. I'm thinking we've got 2, but you want to save them if you can.
Rogers back to pass. Anthony Goose over the middle. Intercepted. Down at about the 7-yard line by number 3 there, and he's running it back. Still on his feet. Greg Turner wraps him up at about the 45-yard line.
That's going to probably do it there, Doug. That's just tough right there. You know, that's the same pass they intercepted early in the first half, too.
Well, after the effort these kids gave climbing out of that 10-point hole,
Yeah.
you know, you hate to see them go down to defeat. Corinth Warriors timeout, and we'll take a break along the line with them and be right back. Corinth intercepts the Water Valley pass down at about the 10-yard line, runs it back up to about the 46. Well, the Warriors will just take over and try to run the clock out, I'm sure. Brown, that's what he's going to do, is just take a knee. And the Warriors are going to take this one and get out of town as quickly as they can, knowing that they have escaped with one.
Well, you know, Doug, they got the breaks, you know. And you can say the referees missed this and referees missed that, but still, that's part of the breaks. You know, regardless of what we think, and you're right, they're going to come out of here and escape with a victory.
One thing's for sure, we may see this team again in the playoffs.
Well, you've got a lot of videotape now. You can go back and look and say, hey, this is what we've got to do to improve, and just hope you get another shot.
And if they don't beat Pontotoc, they got to come back to our house.
That's right.
And that's going to be the end of the contest. And a tough Corinth Warrior team comes out the victor on this one. But I'll tell you what, they knew they were in a football game and didn't pull it out until the very last few seconds of this contest. And the Blue Devils have nothing to hang their head about. They played an excellent ball game. Mistakes early in the game wound up costing them. But this is just something that they'll have to learn from and move on. It doesn't hurt them in the division standings because it's a non-division game.
That's the good thing about it. You know, you got a tough loss. And it's going to make this team better. It's going to make them better for the rest of the division games. And hopefully somewhere down the line that, you know, Murphy's Law will come back and maybe we'll get another shot at them.